Okay, so yeah, hi, my name is Marlgar Geode, and this is my first video, and I have something to say about the LGBTQ community. Like, because I feel like this is a concern that I mean, it's probably voiced out a lot, but I'm gonna add in my voice. What's been happening a lot lately in the US is something that I completely disagree with, and I feel like it kind of looks bad on people like us, where especially I live in a country where it's not the US, it's not as open as it is. It's quite terrible to see that my community is going down this way. There are a lot of gay people, a lot of bisexuals, a lot of trans people have decided to say that I don't want to identify myself with the LGBTQ community. In fact, I am not part of the LGBTQ community, even though we have the same sexuality, even though we have the same gender, even though we may be both transgender. I don't like what the community is doing, and therefore I'm not identifying with it. For me, I kind of feel the same thing as well, because it's the fact of the matter is that a lot of these people are doing very weird things, like for example gender identity, where they say that, oh, I identify as they them, or I identify as non-binary, and you have to use they them or Zer, or tree self, or demon self, using those random ass pronouns which everyone has to use, or else you're a fucking bigot. So to me, that's like absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's quite irritating to see the LGBTQ people go down this route, because when people tell you that, oh, you can't question the identity of you can't question the person's identity, you have to be, they are valid, blah blah blah, they're valid no matter what, you can't question it. And to me, it's like, well, this is beginning to look like a religion. This is beginning to look like a religion, and I don't like that. I don't like that you cannot question this person's identity. It isn't they can be singular. I'm gonna agree with them on this one. They can be singular, but that's only for people. But that's only when you use it for people who you don't know their gender. I know your gender. It's non-binary, so I don't think they is a correct thing. And because of this, right, that a lot of Western people just begin to espouse, like for example this video that I found.
People who identify as abrosexual are fluid with their sexualities.
What?
Abrosexual friends one day might feel pan, but then the next day they might feel asexual. And a week later they could just be gay.
Girl, you on fucking crack. That so she called, I don't know whether is she, fuck it, she says abrosexuals can change their sexuality. I'm sorry, isn't that what we've been fighting for like the last like 60 plus years, to say that, oh, we can't change our sexual orientation. If we are gay, that means we are gay. We are born like this. So I don't know what you're talking about. I have a problem with these people. It was fine until it went downhill during the 2010s, when a bunch of these wokies decided to say that, oh, if you don't date me, you're transphobic. Oh, there's such thing as xenogenders. There's like millions and millions of genders that, which are all fucking valid. And then now you have fucking pedophiles that are trying to get in the LGBTQ community. And what's worse is that this has been moving. It's like it's like the pedophile movement is like a landslide. It's just moving downhill. I don't understand that.
I use the term minor attracted person or MAP in the title and throughout the book for multiple reasons. First of all, because I think it's important to use terminology for groups that members of that group want others to use for them. A lot of people, when they hear the term pedophile, they automatically assume that it means a sex offender. And that isn't true, and it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attractions toward minors. I've definitely heard the idea that you brought up, though, that the use of the term minor attracted person suggests that it's okay to be attracted to children. But using a term that communicates who someone is attracted
police.
to.
I now know why a lot of LGBTQ community just a lot of sexual minorities and gender minority people just decide that they don't want to say that they're LGBTQ, or they don't want to identify with the LGBTQ community anymore. And it's becoming worse because now when you express these opinions, especially in the blue states, you get fucking knocked to the curb. You get literally obliterated by these wokies who need their pacifiers, and they need their little shakes, and they need their diapers and stuff, because we need a safe space. And what's worse is that they continue to push that a lot of these LGBTQ people only like to focus on themselves, whereas for the other parts of the world, there's barely any movement. Like for example, in Saudi Arabia, you can still be put to death for being gay, and there is barely any movement of any LGBTQ rights at all. Barely any movement. While in the US and Canada and the Western world, it's moved so much to the point where it's becoming so fucking stupid. Like, activists are being activists just to basically scream. They're screaming because they just want to scream, because they have nothing better to do but complain and just say that their life is so and basically their life is so, they're so spoiled. They're so spoiled. Take for me, for example, I live in a country where gay people are kind of looked down upon. The government here just recently just passed a law saying that they're going to decriminalize homosexual sex between gay men, but they have enshrined basically marriage, the meaning of marriage, as between a man and a woman. It seems like the LGBTQ movement is only staying in one part of this globe. It doesn't spread. It doesn't spread at all. What they're doing is very futile. What they take up, what the activities that they take up, or the goals that they take up, are now not major anymore. Or worse, they are detrimental to what people are being taught. Like, for example, children in the US are being taught gender ideology. I worry for these kids because they're gonna confuse them about their gender. They're gonna confuse them about their sexual orientation. But not only that, it's leftist, like BLM, or the pride flag is being flown. What I meant to say here is that that there are a bunch of these teachers that are supporting BLM, supporting basically third wave feminists, and also very NB and teaching them about gender ideology, are coming into schools in the US and brainwashing our children. Worse, this may be more radical. I don't understand why non-binary is a thing. To me, I feel like that's just that's the most idiotic thing in my life. The definition of a non-binary is that you don't fit into these two boxes because, gender roles. I'm an effeminate man. I'm a very effeminate man. I still choose to call myself a man because that seems like the logical thing to do. I don't call myself non-binary because I don't fit the typical gender role of a man. Anyways, aren't we breaking those things down? I want to put in something here that it seems to me that the same people who want to break down gender norms are also saying that they're non-binary because they don't fit into gender norms. So basically, they're trying to break down gender norms and gender roles, but they're also reinforcing it. So that's like kind of like a contradictory thing there, which I don't understand? Question mark? So I guess this is all I need to say for now, because I guess I'm just done with my rant. Thanks for listening to my TED Talk, my very unorganized TED Talk, and I think I'll be posting more on conservative stuff, because that's where I lean now. I used to be a leftist, but now I'm not anymore, question mark? Yeah. Well, I'm signing out. My name is Margar Geode, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!